I don't know how I'm doing this. All right, here we go. Now we're up and running live. We're up and running live on this. We weren't up and I think we've been up and live here. All right, so we were just talking about if you want to stay on, let me know.
Okay.
Or you can just watch. It's up to you, darling. What you want to do?
You can take me off.
All right. If you want to say something, just let me know.
Okay.
So, all right. So we're on. We should be live everywhere now. Um, Facebook should be live through StreamYard, and then YouTube should be live as well. So we were talking about using the coloring to really calm our spirits and calm our souls, and how we use it usually. Hi, Miss Diamond. How are you? How we usually use it is with children, to get them to settle down. So if you don't have your crayons, if you don't have your coloring book, you can just look watercolor if you want. This is all new for me with this whole live thing. We went live not too long ago on Instagram, and now we're going live on YouTube. This is so new. So if you have a question, shoot it in the comments and I'll ask it or I'll answer it here on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever have you. Let me find out if I'm on Facebook actually. Give me 1 minute and then we're going to find out if we are live everywhere. I hope everybody is having a good week. And I hope you got something to sip on. Don't worry, it's just iced tea for me right now. So let me see if we are live and make sure that everybody has some access, okay? And like I said, if I run away, it's just because I'm outside and on my back deck and I got scared from a bug. So let's see if Facebook is live. Yep, Facebook is live. All right, we are good to go. So we are coloring today, and I'm just going to show you what we're coloring. All right. And like I stated, the reason why we are starting this coloring routine is because it's a way for us to focus as a lupus warrior. It brings some mindfulness into our day. It also allows us to stop for just a moment and take some inventory as to what's going on in our lives. So it really helps us to just create a mindful moment, whether it be for a moment or for a couple of hours. We've done this before in the local group. It actually becomes kind of fun because we act like little kids when we do it. And I just wanted to share that with you all so that's something that you can do. And then what you can do is, hey, Shayla. What you can do is after you finish coloring, you can actually frame these items and put them on your wall as something that you have done. Because we're not going to be painting. I'm not having a paint party anytime soon. So I figured I would have a little coloring party. And hopefully everyone has their little coloring books and they can get their little color on today and just have a moment to see how everybody is doing. So I'm going to bring, let's see, who can we bring in here? Let's see. Tiara, you want to tell us how you're doing?
I'm well. I'm doing okay. I was trying to see if I can find you on Facebook on my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Try doing that and tell me if that's working.
Yeah, I was trying to find it.
Hi, Sonia. Hi, Trent. We're so many different places. Just a little bit about Tiara. Tiara's a nurse, so she's working hard and beating lupus at the same time. Let me say hello to Shayla real quick, okay?
Oh, here we go.
Hey, Shay.
Hey.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Hey, Shayla. Hey.
Well, I'm glad you guys were able to come in. Hey, guys, or say hello to everybody on Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, Instagram.
And
hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
If I run, y'all know why I'm running. I already told y'all that from the beginning. That if I'm in the backyard and if I run, that means that a bug got me. So, how are you ladies doing? I just want to check in with everybody. I'm going to check in with y'all, and I'm going to check in with people over here at Instagram. Okay. How are you ladies doing today? Shay, how you been?
Been doing good. Basically, work, go home.
I know she
ain't dealing with this mess.
I know. How are you dealing with the quarantine?
It's normal for me because I don't really go outside in the world. So
I'm glad you said that.
People freaking out. I'm like, welcome to my life. This is my everyday normal.
She was saying that everything is normal for us to do that. Yep, that's very true. That's very true. Let me turn this up so
wash your hands. Like, why haven't you people been doing this all along? I don't understand.
Right. Exactly. Beauty Jenny says she's chilling with her granddaughter. Oh, she's lucky, right? And how about you, Tiara? You've been working and dealing with lupus all at the same time. How have you been doing?
I'm doing well. Just doing what I normally do.
Taking your own safety
one day at a time. Yeah, just you just, like Shayla said, you do what you should have been doing in the first place. Keep your hands washed, and I'm just a big hugger, so I'm used to like hugging people, and that's kind of hard for me.
Back up 6 feet. Yes.
Keeping my distance in that regard is kind of hard. But I'm just doing what I've been doing every day. Lupus warriors are hard workers. We get out there and we do what we need to do, and that's what I've been doing.
Nothing's been stopping you.
Nope.
Nothing can stop you because you got to do what you got to live, right?
You got to do what you got to do.
Well, I'm glad that you all said that. Somebody said on Instagram they go back to work next week. Whew. That's going to be rough. Who was that said that? RSJ 2010. That's going to be rough to go back to work after being home for so long. But like you said, like both of you ladies said, we're used to this. We're used to like kind of self-isolating and things of that nature. Someone on YouTube said that I lost my mother to lupus, so I'm sorry to hear that. Antoine, it's a difficult disease to deal with, and unfortunately, sometimes the issues from lupus will also make it difficult for people's body to handle. And I'm sure your mom is resting peacefully. Mark Davis says, "Love you guys, support you 500%." Thank you. Antoine says, "I miss my mother, and I hope they find a cure for lupus." Thank you, Antoine. We do too. Miss Diamond over at
Yes, Antoine.
I know, right?
Speaking in existence.
We're with you on that one.
Exactly. Miss Diamond says that's also my struggle, not being able to hug people. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah. I'm not a hugger. I'm not really a hugger, so not hugging anybody is fine with me.
I know I have to grab her and hug her. I make her hug me, by the way.
Yes. You are quite welcome, RFJ, for the platform. Miss Tina Roberts, how are you, darling? I hope that you are doing well today. We see you on there. I'm not a big hugger, so it really doesn't bother me that you don't have to hug me and get all close to me. I'm originally from New York, so I'm like, yo, stay 6 feet away anyway. I'm not trying to be hugging all over folk and kissing all over people. But it's funny now that you can't do that.
Right.
Now it's something that you want to do. Somebody comes to your house and you're like, oh, hey, wait, back up. I love you, but you gotta go. You can't do that. You can't do no hugging. Coronavirus, right?
Right.
So,
as my mother calls it, the Corolla virus.
I'm gonna call it that from now on. Now,
I said, Mom, that is not what it's called.
So, yeah, and sometimes it's just good to I think it's been good so far, though, for the stop, for the the stillness, even for us lupus warriors, even though we've always had to kind of self-isolate and stuff like that. It's always good for us to have to stop and just take, inventory as to what's going on in our lives, what's going on in our bodies. And sometimes that makes that happen. This coronavirus, this quarantine has made that happen. Let's see who we at here. Mark says he has a question. He said, has anybody been impacted with all the hype around the hydroxychloroquine shortage? Well,
I haven't.
I subtweet. I have not. Mark,
hey, Derek.
You see him back? Everybody wave. Little sneaky bum. I have not. At first, when they first started talking about it, there was some type of little shortage, but now I think that has pretty much blown over because that's not something that actually helps coronavirus. I subtweet. I see you checking in. Thank you for tuning in. Tina Roberts says, after having it myself, I call it the zombie virus. Wow, Tina. So how did you obviously made out okay because you're here today, and I'm so happy that you are. But the zombie virus is probably pretty on point from what I understand, that virus really, is really kind of difficult. But you know what's funny? It's not funny, but it just kind of annoys the heck out of me. All of the symptoms for coronavirus are the symptoms that we have with lupus. So we don't know. We don't know whether we need to be going to the doctor or just if we're having a flare. You know what I mean? So it makes it kind of difficult for lupus warriors to really make a decision as to who and what they need to be doing during this coronavirus time. Let's see. Is it possible for flares to be caused by monthly periods? RSJ 2010, I imagine so. I don't have a monthly period any longer. But I'm sure that took some that took me to some flares. And I guess the loss of blood can actually, harm you in some way, and create stress in the body and create a flare. Let's see. What about you guys? Have you all found that having a monthly period causes some flares for you or no?
I don't have a monthly period, but but I mean, I guess maybe hormones might play a part in it. Absolutely. Maybe if you have hormone imbalance, maybe, but not. I mean, when I was having a period, I mean, I don't feel like it made me flare up or anything like that.
Okay, and you, Shayla?
I have one.
Yeah, most of us are. I had to have a hysterectomy because of this, so I'm not sure if it's lucky, RSJ, because this menopause is not fun at all. Getting hot from the tips of your toes to the crown of your feet, it just doesn't work for me. So I guess it's lucky to a point, and then unlucky to another point.
Right.
Someone, not to get off topic, but I've known of my lupus for about 3 years, and everything I've tried for hair recovery hasn't worked. Any tips, Sierra? You dealt with that issue before. What tips do you have for hair loss that you might have used that helped you?
I just when I first had my bout of hair loss, I just stopped putting like chemicals in my hair, like a lot of like the relaxers and things like that. So I just became natural. And that's helped a lot with like the health of my hair. But sometimes, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it fell out again a few years after that. Luckily, my hair has grown back. Some people are, not as fortunate. When mine did fall out, my doctor was like, I'm just going to tell you, sorry, hold on 1 second. My doctor told me that it was probably not going to grow back. And I was, to be honest with you, guys, I was like really devastated because your hair is what everyone sees.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I was just in tears and I was so devastated. But like I said, it grew back and it actually grew back a better texture and grew back healthier and longer because I wasn't putting all that crap in it. So I guess my advice would be just to try to like keep it as natural as possible and try to, limit the chemicals that you put on your hair and a lot of the strain on your hair as far as like maybe like tight hairstyles that pull and tug on your hair would be my advice.
So Ella, who was it that asked that question? I subtweet. She was saying that limit the chemicals and things of that nature. Even though the doctor told her that it might not grow back, it kind of grew back a little healthier than it was before. How about you, Shayla?
Well, my hair always falls out. But
okay,
I have
that was just one of your things. Huh?
Yeah, you can see it. I have permanent scars, but it's growing back little by little. I just keep it washed, and for me, keeping it braided helps because it does. I don't comb it every day, pulling it, washing it. My hair is like really fine, so I have to keep water on it.
Oh, okay. So you have to keep it moisturized and everything.
Yeah, definitely keep it moisturized for sure.
Yeah, keeping it moisturized.
Moisturized and not over brushing it and things of that nature definitely helps. Someone said over here on IG, I was on 15 pharmaceuticals and now, thank God, I'm on 0 thanks to medical cannabis. Who else is taking some cannabis out there? That's kind of interesting. I've never tried it, but you know what? I might give it a try. Rhonda Tucker over here on YouTube is saying having lupus in this pandemic has been depressing. I'm used to being on the move and resting when needed. Now working from home has slowed me down in a way that is depressing. I'm sorry to hear that, Rhonda, but it's part of the reason why we're doing this, to give you some coping skills to deal with lupus. And it's the simplest little thing, like coloring. It really is. It's the simplest little thing like coloring that helps you really tackle that depression and tackle those issues that you might be feeling, those feelings that you might be feeling. Sierra is special. I'm going to take her down real quick. Sierra is real special.
Sierra love.
Right. She want to be on the phone and chit-chatting on a group. So one lady says, Marilyn says, I lost my mom and older sister to lupus. I now have lupus as well as my twin and other siblings. Marilyn, you know what? That's very interesting that you said that, because sometimes we find that it's running in families. Any type of autoimmune issues are running in family. I have lupus. My father has scleroderma. My son has type 1. It's all in that autoimmune issue. And I'm praying that your mom and older sister are resting peacefully because they're no longer in pain. But thank you for your comment. Let's see. I'm new to lupus diagnosis and noticed the past couple of months have been bad 1 week before my period start. Okay, yeah. Sometimes that'll happen. That will definitely happen. Let's see who else is on here. Let's see. Mark. Thank you, Mark, for tuning in. What can folks who want to be supportive do to help? Shayla, if you could tell anybody anywhere in the world today what they can do to help you. Tiara, I'll put you back on.
Okay. Sorry about that. We're trying to mute it before I said it.
No, you didn't quite do that. So the question is, what can folks who want to be supportive do to help? Shayla, go ahead.
I would say just do that. Be supportive. Don't try to fix it.
Right.
Because you can't fix it. I mean, it's not in our heads. Just listen, and just try to be there for that person. Don't give them suggestions of what they should do or what they should be doing or how somebody else did this, that, and the third, because it doesn't help. That's not being supportive.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. A lot of people definitely want to try and fix you, especially if they love you. If it's a loved one, they always want to, take you
make
and
it better.
You. Yeah. Yeah. And making it better sometimes is not. It's making it worse. It makes it worse.
It does.
What about you, Tiara? What do you think people can do to be supportive?
I agree with Shayla. The main thing is just be supportive. Like, don't try to fix it. Listen. I would say just don't be judgmental. Like, when you have lupus, you're really fatigued a lot of times and you're exhausted, and sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. And I've noticed that sometimes my loved ones may look at me as like, dang, you're still in the bed. You're still in the bed. I'm in the bed right now.
Right.
No shame about it. it's like, just being like, just don't be judgmental and just be supportive and just listen and try not to throw these different remedies at people, trying to fix it.
Absolutely. We have somebody who wants to be on a live feed here on Instagram. This is so new to me, y'all. This is so new to me.
You're doing a great job.
Exactly.
Let's see. I don't think it worked. Did it work? Hello, who is there on? Oh, I can't see. Oh, somebody else said they in the bed too. I wish I was in the bed, but I've been outside. I've been hanging out on the outside. So if anybody on Instagram wants to answer that question as well as to what can folks who want to be supportive do to help, you can go ahead and put that in and I'll say it outside. I think that I agree with you ladies that if you want to support, sometimes your support is just being there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not trying to sell me a product. It's not trying to it's not trying to tell me what the cure is. It's not you even doing anything. Sometimes it's just asking that question mark. What can folks do who want to be supportive to do to help? And he was talking about intangible ways. And I guess if you're talking about tangible ways, I would say, you know what, cook a meal. Cook me a meal.
Or a grocery run.
Yeah, for real. Make me a grocery run for real. For real.
Walk around that store sometimes, be like, nope,
especially now.
I don't need it.
Yep, especially now. I went to the store the other day and was stressed out. People was all on my back. I was like, look, back up.
I went to Kroger when people first started panicking because I had to pick up a few things. I started itching. I was like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
You will stress yourself out. Someone said just sit with them and watch something funny, being available to listen. Do the dishes. Hello, somebody.
Hey.
Somebody else was saying cook or go to the store. Be empathetic and have a listening ear. Someone said, I noticed that when I get up and pull myself, stretch yoga, I can actually get moving. That's a good get into that. Sometimes we don't feel like getting up and doing anything, but that movement will create endorphins in us. Who is that? I just want to say just Kai. I hope I'm saying that right. Sometimes that movement in us will get us moving more and make our joints feel better. Lupus Awareness Nigeria. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hey.
I know, right? All the way from Nigeria, tuning in today. She's so sweet. Bring them something to make them smile. That helps too.
Chocolate.
That helps too. Chocolate. Food. Flowers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Let them rest. I know it's the thought that counts. Absolutely. Let them rest, sleep when they need to. That's for that's family. Because I think sometimes our family be bugging.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
And I mean it's just the reality. Sometimes your family just trips out because they're not used to you being sick.
Right.
So let's see who we have here. Rhonda says, when loved ones actually research the symptoms for understanding and not to fix it helps. Just support and try to understand.
Yeah.
We have Erika, all the way from what?
Okay.
Rome,
Texas.
Oh Lord, that rain will get you every time. I hope you feel better because I'm gonna tell you, rain and the barometric pressure and all that change, that'll get you every time. Let's see where we go. Oh, someone said, if you want to really help us, send us money, please. Hope I care. Yep. Yep. That works every time. That works every time. Every time. Let's see who else we have here. Walk the dog. I'll walk the dog for you, Erika. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if anybody wants to walk my dog. She crazy. So Talitha Joanne Sunshine says, thank you for this. I'm alone with 2 young boys. I have inconclusive results, but my doctor says I show many signs. I took myself off medications and I feel better. I have so much organ pain, more than arthritis. So if I take Tylenol, it hurts my stomach. Running helped me with my symptoms since this pandemic started. I have to get up running because I have no help. I don't know how to manage my pain now. I've been bedridden many days due to pain. Any ideas? Ladies, do you have any ideas for her? Just to get moving. I know it's hard.
Maybe since you said you can't run because you don't have help, but is it because like you don't have like babysitting help? Maybe just take your kids out on a run with you. Is what I'm
right.
You know, maybe just
walk around the house.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
I don't have a treadmill, but I'll walk. I have a small apartment, but I'll walk around the house. It's just keep moving.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And if you can't keep moving because of the pain, just try to stretch, like laying down.
Yeah, sometimes laying down with the kids. I know my son was fairly young when I was first diagnosed. I only had one, but I also had a husband. But when he was working, it was only me. And that doesn't compare to your 2 children, by yourself. But I had to really train my child how to handle my sickness. And it spilled over. He's 22 now. He was 3 when I was diagnosed. And I had to train him, really how to deal with mom being sick and laying in the bed and coloring or laying in bed and playing a game to help mom. So I hope that it gets better for you, Talitha, and keep reaching out. We're here for you. Tanisha Shante says, what do you guys do for pain and acting without feeling judged? Ladies, what do you have to say about that? I don't care if I'm judged. I'm going to tell you honestly. I don't care. You can judge me all you want. Because in the end, I got to deal with my pain. You know what I'm saying? So I have to deal with it. And I have to do what's right for me to feel better. And if that means taking a medication or smoking a blunt, I don't know what people do that can handle their pain. But that's what I have to do for me. I can't worry about what other people are saying. What about you guys? What do you feel?
Like you, I don't care. I mean, I don't.
I guess my problem with being judged is I'm more of a I don't want people to have a pity party for me. So I try to hide a lot of stuff. Like if I'm in pain, I try to hide it a lot of times because I don't want people to judge me or pity me. Feeling sorry for me.
Right.
So,
I feel people can tell though. My thing is people can tell you're in pain. And they can tell, they might think it's fake at first, but if you're still in pain, people can tell that. So they will become a mastermind
to how to hide my pain.
Yeah. I mean, we hide everything so well, and everybody's so used to us being so well all the time that it's hard. But at some point in your journey with having lupus, you have to be like, yo, you can judge me all you want. I'm gonna do what's right for me.
Right.
Glenda on Instagram says, has anyone had to deal with having blood clots? Any of you ladies ever have blood clots?
No.
I've never had the issue with the blood clots, but I will find anybody who's on here that says that they do. Let's see what else we have. Sojourner Love, has anyone had problems with alopecia? We do have a local member. Her name is Jan that has alopecia. She's not on today. I think she might be with her mom, but she has it fairly bad, but has dealt with it, and her hair has been growing lately because she actually stopped the chemicals in her hair, like Tara was saying, and things of that nature. Let's see. I have 2 boys and a single parent. My kids became my support and made me rest and help me out. So, who was that? Talitha, who said that. That's how she dealt with it. And Hope I Care. I'm just loving Hope I Care because they said, to hell with being judged. Ain't got no time for that. That's right.
I love it.
I love it. RSJ 2010 says, yes, I have blood clots. I take bare aspirin once a day. and wear compression socks. So Glenda, there's an answer for you right there. And Cook said, I had to finally say it's okay not to be okay and don't apologize or explain it. That's the real important point. Because sometimes we want to be okay so that everybody else is okay with us not being okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a very good point. Thank you, Cook. Let's see. What else do we have here? Is there a place where folks can give to help our warriors with such things like food and medicine, etc.? Well, you can give to Lupus in Color at lupusincolor.com. That helps local and out-of-state warriors for... I haven't done food, but we've done medicine, and we've paid co-pays for lupus warriors that are local and out of town. As a matter of fact, we just lost 2 ladies that we helped a couple of years ago to lupus doing that. So if you want to donate, you can donate to lupusincolor.com. If you want to donate for research, I would definitely go to Lupus Alliance research area or lupus.org. Let's see. Who else?
Oh, as far as pain goes, I'm going to answer like the pain question.
Okay, go ahead.
As far as like helping with like pain, I guess there's like a number of things that you can do. You can probably try to pay attention to like your diet. Maybe certain foods cause inflammation in your body. You can try to maybe create like a food journal to see like if certain foods cause you to, flare up. Certain things that you're doing causing you to flare up. I use a heating pad a lot of times, or you can soak in a bath with Epsom salt, or like Shayla said, stretching or yoga, or, any types of things. Those are types of things that you can do to kind of help, I guess, decrease your pain or see if they help with your pain symptoms. But
definitely the food journal. Thanks, Tiara, for bringing that up. That food journal definitely helps to really... I'm gonna take you off and put you back on. Okay, there you go. It definitely helps to do that and take care of your diet, because I think a lot of people don't even realize that your diet can create your pain.
Right.
I know for me, if I eat red meat, I'm done. I'm gonna have some pain after that. Mocha Got Banned says Happy Lupus Awareness Month. What else? I'm trying to navigate this thing. It's hard. Okay, so Talitha says, thank you, my friends. Don't understand my illness. I'm already training my 7-year-old with my pain and illness. He is an angel on earth. Sometimes our kids are the best things. I can try to get it, but I know he would. Only very close friends know what I'm going through. I don't want a pity party, so I try not to talk about it. Prayers for everyone's safety and healing here. Thank you, Talitha. Prayers for you as well. I know it's all going to work out. Okay, I think a bug just went down my shirt. I'm sorry, y'all. So yeah, definitely keep each other in prayers. It's very important, and it helps to support one another, and it really helps for us to even just to come together like this every now and again, just to talk to each other, because we haven't seen each other in so long. It feels like it's a really long time. I know it hasn't, but it does feel, and I see Tiara every month, but it still feels like I haven't seen her in 2 weeks.
Right.
A whole 2 weeks. So, So Tanisha says, I love it. I'm such an emotional person already, so it's hard for me. I understand that. I'm emotional to a point. I wouldn't say honey, you wouldn't say I'm emotional. It depends on what it is and what it's about. Okay. He said I am. I thought I was.
I don't see it.
Oh, he said I can be. But you know what? And you guys on Instagram can let us know as well. Sometimes your emotions get out of whack. You're in pain. And it's not like you're not in pain. I'm not in pain all of the time, but I'm in pain a lot of the time. And it might be pain that that somebody else will be bedridden from, but for us it'll be something small, but it's still pain nonetheless. You know. Grateful what I have. What a nice name. Thank y'all for doing this. I'm the only one in my family with lupus because I have no complaints. People think I'm fine all the time. Sometimes I just want my me time and they think I'm tripping. Yep.
Think I'm tripping. That one.
They be thinking I'm tripping too because I definitely need me time. When I don't get time alone, and with quarantine, it's been kind of hard to get time alone. You gotta sneak. I gotta sneak and go to the bathroom. Dang! Now he know where I'm going to the bathroom for. But you know, you know what I'm saying. You've got to get that time alone, and you've got to sit with yourself with lupus. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes lupus can mess with your head and give you that depression and give you that stress and give you that anxiety. Some people even, have those panic attacks because of lupus. So, you need that downtime for yourself to just chill out and just sit with yourself. Okay. My laugh is contagious. Why, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Mark says, what is the ratio of men who have lupus as compared to women? Are the symptoms different for each gender? Okay, so
good question.
90% of women have lupus. 10%, the other 10% are men and children. Most of the time, what I have seen and what has been reported is most men are dealing with lupus nephritis or discoid lupus. And that's what I've heard. Has anyone heard anything different? Shayla? Although many men, you don't see a lot of men that have it, men do suffer from lupus, and it usually attacks the skin or the kidneys. And usually the symptoms are pretty much the same. Apparently, usually the symptoms are pretty much the same for each gender. But you know what? Men are seen differently that have lupus. I hate to say it, but there is a difference. The way people see men and the way people see women who have lupus. Because so many people have seen it as a woman's disease. They feel like a man is weaker if they have lupus. And the reality is we all have the same symptoms and they manifest in different ways, and men are lacking support due to the lack of men that actually come forward and say they have it, and due to, embarrassment. You figure a lot of women don't want to tell people. Glenda said it attacked her husband's kidneys, and that's what we're hearing a lot. If you look at what's his name, Nick Cannon, he has lupus nephritis. If you look at Seal, he has discoid lupus. A lot of the men that I know that have it have lupus nephritis. I love Hope I Care because men are always complicated. I love it. That's true. No offense, Mark or James. But everything is always complicated. If a man says that he's tired, then it's a problem. Even if a woman says she's tired, it doesn't matter with a woman. She just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Right. She don't have the luxury of saying she's tired. The kids need to eat, and her husband's at work, or she does. Her husband's not in the home. So it's just it manifests the same way. It just affects them a little differently, and it's basically because of the hormones. I think more women get it because, like Tierra said, of the different hormones that we have and going on and everything like that. James Kelly, thank you. Watching for my sister, all prayers to all. Well, we hope that your sister is doing well. Let's see, probably a little more likely to. And someone said that apparently women are more likely in regards to research. So that they're researching more. They're more likely to come out and say I'm sick,
right,
than a man is. There might be men out there that have it and know it and won't say anything about it. So, right. In accordance to what we've seen with the research from Lupus.org or Lupus Alliance research, it's about 10%. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. How are y'all pictures doing? Are y'all still coloring or no? I haven't gotten really far because I've been sitting here talking.
I'm not coloring.
But I'm actually coloring. I am coloring because you know what? Coloring does calm me down. Now I don't know how far I've really gotten.
Oh, pretty.
Therapeutic.
All right. Not too bad. All right, Hope I Care. Thank you. Thank you for keeping us laughing. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about. You know, sometimes people might have oh, okay, James, I see you. People might have some things on their mind and their hearts that they want to talk about. I love to color. Let's see what she said. I love to color, and I have this app on my phone. Oh, I had that app on my phone, but you know what? It's not. I love that app, but it's so hard for me to tap it to get the colors in the right places. I feel like I struggle more with the app than I do on in real life. But you know what? What's good also about the coloring is that it keeps your hands and everything moving, and you don't have to get these little thin ones. You can get, you know, the crayons or whatever have you, and you can use the bigger pencils and things of that nature to make it easier. All right, this is a Tierra, Shayla, and I question. I'm sure one of the treatments is Benlysta. Anyone experience side effects from treatments?
Maybe
Shayla,
like headaches.
Not really. I did have swollen lymph nodes at one point, so that might have been contributed to the Benlysta. But other than that, no. I've been doing very well on Benlysta.
I know Benlysta has been a blessing for me.
Yeah.
Tiara, what about you?
Yeah, same here. I really don't have or haven't experienced any symptoms really. Like sometimes I'll get like a headache after I get my infusion. Or I will notice that when it's time for my infusion, right before my infusion, I might have like some more swelling than usual. But as far as like Benlysta, I love it. I've done really well on it.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the main side effect that I've had, Erica, is the headaches. If they drip it too fast, I definitely get the headaches afterwards. And since they've stopped, at least in our place, giving us the extra saline, it makes it, you know, more difficult to get rid of that headache. But other than that, I didn't really experience any issues with Benlysta. Benlysta has been amazing. I'll be on it 9 years in October, and it's actually been a lifesaver because it definitely cuts down on your flares and the severity of the flare.
Yeah,
that's not now. Benlysta ain't gonna take away all of the flares,
right?
But it does help in keeping those flares at bay. Tiffany says hello, Tiffany. Thank you for sharing and caring and coming on.
Hi, Tiffany.
Sojourner Love on IG says, during flare-ups, I rest and I like to watch comedy shows. Yep. Comedy will help you every single time. Every single time. Okay. Who is this? Tanisha says, have you guys heard of Phthalimide? My doctor has me on it now. I have heard of it. I've never used that. What type of medication is that, Tanisha? I have heard of it. And I think I know a couple of people that's on it, but I haven't heard any negative about it or good about it. Erica has switched to the Benlysta injections. Erica, how do you like those? If you want to come on and talk, you just let me know. But how do you like those? Lupus Nigeria, I hope that your internet and your network stops acting up so you can stay on. James Kelly says, what type of meds are you on, Tiffany? So if you want to answer that in the comments, you can. Let's see. I can't see this. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay, yeah, but you know what? I have been thinking about switching to the injections, especially when this pandemic started to hit. But then they made my appointment, so I didn't do it. I'm interested to know how do you like the injections? Everybody that I've talked to stated that they actually like the injections, but I don't know if I really want to do that just yet. I think I might want to just wait until I hate to say it this way, until my veins don't want to take the infusion anymore. And I don't know. I guess it's just change. It's like when you have to change a doctor, you know, it's just hard for me to change that way. Like, I hope that my doctor doesn't go anywhere anytime soon because I'm going to have some issues. But a lot of people who use the injections say that they enjoy the freedom of it. But I actually like going to the infusion center. Is that weird?
No, not really.
Because she's there with me.
Yeah, I'm there with who they call my daughter.
I don't know. They always ask us, am I her daughter? Like, I guess you had me when she was like 10.
Right. That's too much. That's too much. Sojourner's on Plaquenil. RSJ says she's on a hydroxychloroquine. I'm on Benlysta hydroxychloroquine. Shayla, what are you on?
Benlysta hydroxychloroquine.
Tiara?
Benlysta hydroxychloroquine. I take Norvasc for blood pressure issues because it was affecting my kidney. So I kind of had like blood pressure issues from that.
Right. And then my new little diagnosis.
I'm on CellStep.
How?
On CellStep also.
Mm-hmm.
The new diagnosis that I have is type 2 diabetes. Go figure, right? So now I'm on Januvia and glipizide. So until we get that straight. Oh, okay, so Tanisha was answering about the thalidomide. Hold on 1 minute. It's a pill they said it used to give to cancer patients, but it's used to be a sleep tranquilizer. Okay, it's weird and hard to describe. It's the only thing that's worked for me. Oh, okay. I probably... That's interesting. I'm gonna look into that. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Does it help you to sleep and does it help your pain? Let's see. She said you can't get pregnant though. I ain't worried about that anyway. Oh, okay, that's that medicine. I think we have a local member that's on that medicine. That has to get the pregnancy test every week. I think Mika may be on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you have Raynaud's as well, Tanisha? The biggest problem I have is the collateral damage I have from the medications. Yeah, such as prednisone, I'm sure. Prednisone is no joke either. It's a blessing and a curse. Let's see. Who else? We're almost done here, guys. Don't worry about it. I love the injectors. I switched them because of the COVID. Okay. I don't have the week before dragging. I do miss the social aspect of the infusion. So Carla, yeah. A lot of people have said they don't experience that drag from the injection. So that's a plus. That's putting it a plus on my side. And yeah, you know, the camaraderie that you have is almost like having a support group when you go into the infusion center. And when we were all there, you know, it was just a good time for us to just sit and just be with each other. Who is this? Let's see. Prednisone. I'm on Neurontonin as well. Helps with aches and sleep. Okay. Thank you, Sojourner. Let's see. Tiffany stated that she's on hydroxychloroquine and Atenol. And then we have a question from Rhonda. What do you guys do for insomnia if you have it? I don't have it anymore. Once I got off prednisone, I was good. That prednisone will have you up eating and cleaning the house and cleaning the neighbor's house and eating your
food and everybody's food and
everybody else's food.
Man.
So, somebody else asked with the insomnia. I don't have a problem with the insomnia, but this is what I do if you need to go to sleep, and I promote this a lot. Do some meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Use those meditation apps. I'll see IGTV just cut me off. Hold on a minute. Let me get back on. Has it been an hour? Yeah, it has.
Well, while she's looking at that, I don't personally have a problem with insomnia, but I'm a nurse and I work night shifts, so I have a problem with sleeping during the day and trying to get my body to kind of adjust to that. So I take melatonin, but you just have to kind of see what works best for you. Sometimes melatonin may trigger a flare up on other people, so just be careful with what you take and what works best for you. So far, it has been fine for me. I haven't had any issues with taking it, but so that's what I do. I just take a really, really small dose of like melatonin if I can't get to sleep.
And that works for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just stay up.
Yeah. You just stay up and suffer the consequences later, right?
It's really weird because I have it sometimes. Like I have it in spells. Like right now, I have insomnia. I was up till 4:00 last night. I mean, I get in bed like 8, 10, but I just don't fall asleep. Just lay there, listen to my fan, whatever. But then I'm up early, so it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. It I guess it depends on your body. We're back on Instagram if you guys are back here with us. I guess it really depends on your body and what you can take. Sometimes our food really prevents us from sleeping well. And then, of course, stress. Stress will do it to you every time. We were talking about insomnia, and they were everybody was saying what they were doing to help their insomnia before Instagram decided to say your time is up. But we were talking about meditation. Another member said she uses melatonin. Just be careful because it might cause a flare. Shayla says she just stays up. And so you know what? It is what it is. I found that the older I get, the less I sleep. When I was younger, I used to sleep all the time. Shoot, if I didn't sleep, I'd be a cranky little something. But now, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good with that. But try those different things. So with lupus, are you guys or gals sustained to getting stuff like high blood pressure? Any one of you ladies want to take that one?
Well, yeah, like I said before, when I got first diagnosed with lupus, it was attacking my kidneys. So that in turn increased my blood pressure. Before that, I never had any issues with high blood pressure. So because it affected my kidneys, that in turn made my blood pressure high. So I'm on medication for that.
Right. And I think a lot of times, James, our medications can also create an issue. Right. Sometimes people don't want to take the medications. And that's fine. It's your choice what you want to do. But because they don't want to take it because it shows so many different. Why y'all laughing at me?
Because I raised my hand.
You did.
Yeah. Because I went through a period of time where I was feeling worse on the medicine than I was off of it. So yeah. Every once in a while, I just quit and gave up. You
were just done.
It be like that sometimes.
It does. It does. Sometimes you just get to the point where you don't feel like being bothered with that nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Taking 15 pills a day.
Yeah,
Right.
Who wants to take 15, 16 pills a day?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And who wants to feel like they're a zombie while they're on the pills as well? And then when you get to reading on the internet about what these pills can do to you, of course, it stirs some craziness in you. And you'll be like, I'm not taking that crap. But in the end, you have to do what you feel is right for your body. And what I always say is that if you are planning on stopping or changing medications, please speak with your doctor first. You don't have to take his advice, but you need to speak to your doctor first, because some of the things that you get off of, like let's take prednisone, if you get off of it too fast, it can do more harm than good. So you want to make sure that you're always checking with your doctor and making sure that not that you get his approval. That's not what I'm saying. You just want to make sure, what are the repercussions of me coming off this medication, because I ain't taking it no more.
Right.
You know, put me on something else. You know, and that brings me to another point. You need to be an advocate for your own self.
Yep.
And you need to make sure that you let the doctor know, yo, you're working for me. You know what I'm saying? And I know what my body feels like. So you're going to need to listen to me. If I'm not feeling well on this medication, let's try something else. You know, sometimes we all have to learn that. Someone said I became a pharmacist so I could get a better understanding of her medication. Makes sense.
Okay, I see you.
Cool, but girl, you gotta go ahead and do it. You better let us know when you're ready to talk about what the understandings of the medications. But I'm not gonna go back to school. But that's a very good point.
Yes,
I'm tired of it. I'm gonna do something to make me understand these different medications. So I applaud you for that, girl. I applaud you for that, because that is exactly what you want to do. That's how Lupus and Color got started, because out of necessity comes creativity, and you will do what you need to do to get the information that you need to help you live well beyond lupus. We're going to take a couple of more questions, and then we're going to get ready to log off. Tanisha said, yep, sometimes you just get so tired of taking those pills all the time. Yep. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you skip a day. Sometimes you skip 2 days. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. You can't, nobody is perfect. And you should not even think that you have to be dealing with such an issue as lupus. Okay. So this is a good question that James has. Is it okay to drink wine? Bruh. Look at here. I just started my own wine company for y'all ladies. I'm gonna let y'all know about it later.
Oh.
I just got some wine in the mail, y'all. I say this. It's okay to do anything in moderation. You know, that's not to say that you need to go out there and be a drunk, or go out there and smoke all day and every day, or smoke crack. No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, the illegal stuff. You don't need to be doing that crap. You need to do things legally. But look, I drink, and I will always drink, you know, and you just have to be very careful as to what you do. And please, if you see a lupus warrior having a drink, by golly, don't you judge me. Just get you a glass. Because sip happens, man. Just get you a glass and join me.
One. Like,
exactly.
They might be going through a hard time that day. Leave it alone.
You know, RSJ 2010 says I drink half a glass every now and then. Hey, that's what's up. That's how you do. Everybody's body is different. Thank you for the forum as well. I'm definitely tuning in. Thank you so much, nurse. Yeah, but it's okay to have a glass of wine every now and again, as long as you're not doing it every single day. And if you are doing it every single day, come on now, stop. Get some water, get your bottle of water, and flush all that stuff out your system. You know, you got to be honest. You got to be honest. Nobody is perfect. I don't care what you're dealing with. You have to have some type of outlet. You have to be able to do some of the things that you used to do prior to becoming stricken with lupus or fibromyalgia or, you know, rheumatoid arthritis. You have to still have some type of life outside of what you're dealing with, and
some
that brings
resemblance of normalcy.
Yep, that's definite normalcy. Asking for Tiffany Sharice. You do all the time. You said it, doing it today. Yep, me too. I'm gonna get out there and do it too. Because I just got my wine. Yeah. And Lupus Awareness Nigeria said, yep, grab a glass. And you got to do what you got to do, you know. So if you haven't been coloring, I haven't gotten too much further. I think I just put one color in. But get y'all coloring book today and sit outside, because where we are, it's actually pretty nice out. It's a little warm, but if you have some covering, you should be all right. Don't sit in the sun too long. Erica said, absolutely. Get a glass down. Cheers. Absolutely. Cheers to you, my sister. Absolutely. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Somebody else said CBD is definitely a good outlet. Okay. See, I ain't judging nobody. You do what you got to do to make you feel good. RSJ, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in today. Thank you, ladies, for assisting with this support group. It's so good to see you guys. It was so good to see you guys on Instagram and on Facebook. I don't know if anybody was doing anything on Facebook. I didn't see. I'm sorry if I neglected you all. I will definitely look back and see if you had any questions. But thank you guys for tuning in, and y'all have a good rest of your day. You guys have anything at the end that y'all want to say?
No, y'all have a good
day. Hey, James, tell Tim. All right, guys. Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate your support, and I hope something that we said was helpful to you all, okay? All right. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Are we